It's time, baseball fans, enthusiasts, and devotees, for dispatches from Detroit, featuring the man that gives Tiger fans the news, the scoops, and the straight dope on all things Motor City, the big guy.
Just one more sip. Tigers signed another pitcher. Yep, I'm not sure why they did this one, but Jose Urquidy, or Ukitty, or Uquiddy, I think it is actually said. He didn't play in the MLB last year. He had Tommy John surgery, so he's on the mend. They put him on the 60-day DL, so we're not sure if we're going to see him anytime this spring, probably later in the year. But to get him on the team, they had to move Sawyer Gipson-Long to the 60-day IL. So that kind of disappointed me because I really wanted to see Sawyer. He was a great ball player, great pitcher early on, a year and a half ago. So maybe we'll see him later on in the year too. We're going to talk about Casey Mize here for a moment, but I got a bigger story on him in just a little while. Scott Bentley on Locked In on Tigers says that his splitter is dominant. He has not seen anything like that ever coming from Casey Mize. So he thinks this guy is real, and he's going to be playing quite well this spring. So earlier last week, Casey pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. So this will probably really solidify his spot in the rotation for this summer. So it's really exciting. His fastball topped out at 97 miles an hour. Kiter Montero pitched okay. He looks pretty good. Stumbled a little bit, but he really did recover and settle down. Kerry Carpenter got a hit off 2 that I know of, 2 left-handers. So maybe that means he'll be in the games more often, hitting against lefties. At least that's what we hope. Javi Baez had a 3-run homer on Sunday, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Javi. He's going to be playing a different position, maybe. I'll have more on that in just a minute. Riley Green playing really well. Jace Young had a good day, but made 1 bad play out in the field and is having a little trouble at the plate, so he might get sent down, and perhaps that's the best thing for him. Joe pitched well again against the Blue Jays last week, 4 innings, but we've got an update on him that's a little concerning, but nothing serious. Cuts from last week, I don't have any graphics for them, but Chase Lee, Tyler Madison, Tyler Owens, Ryan Miller, Ricky Benasco, and Matt Manning. Yeah, they all got sent down to the farm. So that's the first round of cuts so far that I know of this spring. Jahmai Jones is playing well, making a play toward making the team. He is really surprising a lot of people. Spencer Torkelson went 3 for 3 on Friday, and that's 2 home runs and a really hard-hit single. It made me smile and pump my fist. I'm just so excited for him. Going to have a little bit more on him as well. And Andrew Chafin, he's back on the team. He's a little stiff. He's going to have to shake off the rust a little bit, but he'll be back, we're sure. And the kids have shown up. Max Clark, Kevin McGonigal, Jose or Josu Bernicio. This guy's awesome, too. I'm going to have to learn his name. You probably will, too. Kenta Maeda struggled on Monday, Monday the 10th, that is. And so he's going to probably, I'm saying this out loud, but maybe I'm going to probably eat my words, but I think he's going to end up in the bullpen. And that's going to be okay, too, because he's had a great spring. And if that translates into anything into the regular season, it could be really good for him. So I told you that we were going to talk about Jackson Jobe a little bit. He pitched against the Yankees 2 days ago, and it was rough outing for Jackson. He pitched 2 2/3 inning, gave up 3 hits. 2 of those 3 hits were home runs, and they were real big, hard hit dingers. 1 walk. He had 3 strikeouts. That's good. He didn't look great. He didn't look sharp. But, if it were any other pitcher, people probably wouldn't say much. They'd probably say, yeah, that was pretty good against the Yankees. But it is somebody we've got a lot of expectations on. So, yeah, let's cut him some slack. Expectations are high this spring, and I'm confident he's going to do well, and he's going to shine in the Motor City. Javi Baez takes to third base, not by choice, but AJ and company place him at third. He played well there. He did have a little error, but that's to be expected at spring training. Going to shake off some of that rust, like I said earlier. And, it's a new position for him. So whenever you take over a new position, sometimes, you might make a mistake here or there. He played well, and maybe this could be the stopgap measure for third base until Matt Vierling gets back. We'll talk a little bit about him in just a moment, too. Tigers made a trade last week, and I'm going to amaze you with this one. This is a big, big thing. They picked up pitcher Bailey Horn. Again. Bailey Horn, yeah, I said the same thing. Who's Bailey Horn? Well, he was playing for the Tigers earlier, and I think they DFA'd him, and he got picked up by the Cardinals. And remember, they had him on the team. And so they went to the Cardinals and go, yeah, we want him back, so we're going to pay for him. So now they're, with cash considerations, they purchased Bailey Horn. He's back on the team, and they're going to probably send him down for some seasoning. But, yeah, I'm like you. I don't know who this guy is, but he's young, and I think he's a lefty, and I think that's what they're talking that they really need to have on the rotation, at least at their disposal. Okay, we're talking about Casey Mize. He continues to silence critics. 3 1/3 no-hit innings, no runs, obviously, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and, a 0.00 ERA. That is impressive. His pitch count was over 70 for 3 1/3 innings, and, that's kind of a lot. I wonder what happened. Of course, I can't see the games. Maybe a lot of foul balls. Maybe the strikeouts took, 8 or 9 strikes apiece or 8 or 9 pitches apiece. I don't know. But he's looking good. I'm really glad to see that because, he has been promised to be great. And it just didn't look that way the first few years. And it looks good right now. Okay, let's talk about Torkelson. Spencer went 2 for 3, another home run. He's hitting .310 right now. And I'm not sure about the amount of home runs he has. I think he's got 3 or 4. So he's hitting with power. He's hitting with some authority. So he's hitting for average. He's looking good in the field. What little bit he's playing there. So I'm really excited about Torkelson right now. I hope you are too. And right now, the records for the record for the Tigers right now in spring training, they have 9 wins, 10 losses. And I guess they have a tie because you don't want to just play a tiebreaker in the minor leagues. You just after the end of the innings, it's over. Okay. I guess that's what they do. We have another round of cuts, and we've got some graphics for these, so you know who some of these guys are. Yeah, I really don't like this part. I don't. I wish everybody could make the team, and I connect to these guys when they start playing. They're guys that I'm really hoping that makes the team because you can kind of just connect with them. But I really hate for them to stay while the rest of the team comes north. And here they are. It's Andrew Navigado. He is the first to get cut. Akil Baddoo has been reassigned to down on the farm. Jordan Balazovic, also down on the farm. Bly Madris. Brendan White. Brian Servin, who I forgot they had on the team until I was taking a look at these cards. Dietrich Enns. Matt Gage. Hao Yu Lee. And my friend, my buddy, my pal, Thyron Lorenzo. He's being sent down. Not because he had any problems, but they need to put him down on the farm and get him some more seasoning. And, I can't wait to see this guy make the major league debut. There's 49 players left on the team right now, so, they're going to have some more cuts. They got to get it down to 40. So we want to go over the injuries real quick, okay? Parker Meadows is still injured. He seems to think he's going to be ready for opening day, and I've heard from other people that he will not. So Wenzel Perez probably understands exactly what that means now because he has some back issues, and he was running around telling everybody that he was going to play on Wednesday, and he did not. He did not play. So the doctors know a lot more about his back than Wenzel knows about his back. Okay, 1.5 weeks until the Tigers make their way to my neighborhood. A week and a half. I'm just so excited because they'll be up here for real. So anyway, let's get back to the baseball cards that you came for. This is the reason you're here, right? Well, I loved this guy growing up. He was a very strong hitter. You could tell he was strong, but he always looked and walked like an old man. But he was powerful when I was a kid. And I just fell in love with the guy because he's a character. And that is Norm Cash, old Stormin' Norman. He was known for his power. He was a long ball hitter, and that was a specialty. And Mickey Lolich once asked Cash why he never hit for high average. Norm told Mickey, hey, Jim Campbell, who was the GM for the Tigers, and pays me to hit home runs. Norm said, I can get hits if I want to. Just watch tomorrow. And the next day, he went 3 for 4. It's amazing. And you know another thing you'll never see him with a batting helmet on. When they really started pushing the batting helmets, he was grandfathered in, and a few veteran players, they were permitted not to have to wear them. So that mandate was in 1971. They did use those protective liners, but Norm, I don't think he did. I don't think he did at all. All right, this is, by the way, this is a 1963, number 445, and it's one of my favorite Norm Cash cards. I'm going to get this graded just so I can display it. I might just get some of those, what do they call those? Something mags, the big ones that you can just display your cards on. They're just beautiful. Why did I decide to use my baseball card tiger tail on a newer ball player like Norm Cash? Well, because he was funny. He was goofy. He did a lot of funny things. He did some amazing things too. I mean, in 1961, he became the first Detroit Tiger to hit a home run ball out of Tiger Stadium. Cash hit the ball over Tiger Stadium's right field roof 4 times in his career. That's amazing. And on July 15th, 1973, Nolan Ryan was right at the end of a beautiful no-hit game in Detroit. He was working on his second career no-hitter. And Cash went to the plate, and with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, because he had struck out his 3 previous at-bats, he was holding a table leg from the clubhouse instead of a regulation baseball bat. Here he is getting into the box when Luciano sees the table leg. You can see him look at it. He takes a good look at it, and then after hearing what he had to say, he kind of laughed and walked away. Norm here just tosses the bat away, and the bad boy brings out a real bat, the kind you can fly out with. Now, teammate Jim Northrup told the story that follows it. In his last at-bat, Norm walked up to the plate with the table leg from the locker room table, and the ump said, hey, you can't use that here. And Cash said, why not? I'm not going to hit him anyway. Then he goes and gets the bat like you had seen, and he hits a pop-up to the shortstop to end the game, and as they're walking away, he tells Luciano, see? I told you. One of the tricks Cash had, that if he was on base, and a rainout occurred and they had to leave their bases and they had to resume the rain delay, instead of being on first base, Norm would go out to second base. Or if he was on second base, he would go back out and be on third base and see if he could get away with it. So it was just funny. He was a funny guy. Love him a lot. Norm Cash, by the numbers, he was a 271 lifetime hitter. He had 1,820 hits, 377 home runs, and 1,104 RBIs. So he was a great hitter, a funny guy, and we miss him a lot in Detroit. He was just a wonderful guy. And that's it. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the show, and let's get you hooked up for the entire summer, for a summer full of Detroit Tiger baseball. And, if you can, please perform the YouTube Holy Trinity. Like, subscribe, and comment, because I love to hear what you're thinking. Talk soon.
Go get 'em, Tigers! This concludes your dispatch from Detroit. Remember to like and subscribe for more content from the 313, the D from the Motor City.